Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another episode of From the Outer Reaches, a wrestling podcast. I'm your humble host, Daniel, joined by my co host.
Yeah, boy, Zach.
Our other boy, David, is not here because he is off on a vacation before the birth of his child. So, congratulations, David. It's official. We are happy for you.
Even though you're missing your ultimate priority, which is this podcast.
Which, exactly. You're missing the wrestling.
You're missing the wrestling for your child?
So, David will not be here this week, but he will be here next week for the following episode. So we're gonna talk about basically kind of WWE. AEW really hasn't done anything that's wowed me. I think we've talked a little bit about the Ricochet Swerve Strickland match, like
Oh, yeah.
Ricochet's promos and stuff like that.
They're a little bit better. Did you see and I don't want this to just be like a shit on AEW, but did you see they're doing like their WrestleMania version, which is all in.
Yeah.
And it's like a 50 they're doing it in like a 54,000 capacity stadium, and they have it tarped off to 18,000.
Oh,
And they've
Jesus.
sold half those tickets.
Ooh.
So we might hit like house show Raw numbers.
Oh no.
And this is like their biggest. So they've already
Okay.
taken like a stadium that seats 54,000, tarped it down to 18.
So they cut it by a third, 2/3.
2/3, and then we've sold half of those tickets.
That's not good.
So we're not killing it out here.
And I guess we're gonna go on an AEW tangent right now,
Yeah.
but I know there's a lot of hate out there for AEW, and I know like you go on like social media and people post about WWE and AEW like it's like the Crips and the Bloods,
It really is, though.
and I'm like, I think all wrestling's good for the world.
I've never really watched a wrestling show where I wasn't entertained in some way, just because I like wrestling. It's like I like music. You see some live music, you're like, oh, like even if it's bad, you're like, oh well,
It's
you know,
live.
it's live.
It's people doing it. Yeah.
I still saw it. I still get an entertainment value, and it's like I liked watching TNA. Like I think TNA is really fun. It's just I think AEW is just kind of easier to clown on because I feel like they kind of had like a bigger impression of themselves than what they kind of are.
Yeah.
And it's like Lucha Underground, right? I know we go back to this
so much
this
on this
well so
show.
much. Lucha Underground knew what it was.
Yeah.
Lucha Underground did not try to be WWE. It didn't try to be TNA. It was Lucha Underground. It was an original idea.
Mm-hmm.
It wasn't trying to compete on the scale and the grandeur because you can't do that to WWE. You can't make an event that feels bigger than WrestleMania. Like you just can't, right? Like it's like an independent like football promotion trying to like copy the Super Bowl. You can't. But what Lucha Underground did so well is it created its own universe. It had its own like universe rules.
Yeah.
It was its complete own thing. And AEW just tries to go, no, we're as big as WWE when they're just not. And they just try. I don't know. That's my. It just didn't. It's the whenever you start taking a bunch of shots at WWE and mentioning them by name.
Yeah, it gets a little. You better come for them and come.
You better,
like,
yeah. And you can't. And unfortunately, you can't really. You know what I mean?
It's an institution, really. It's
It's like RC. I might like an RC cola, but it's never going to outsell Pepsi. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like.
No, 100%. And I think what we talk about with Lucha, it understood and it had its own spin, right? It was like we are Latin wrestling.
Yes.
They had the Royal Rumble, but it was Aztec Warfare.
Oh, and I love Aztec Warfare. For anyone unfamiliar, they had this idea they had the Royal Rumble, but they also had their version of Money in the Bank, which they had all these like tournaments and matches, and you got like all these pieces of this like medallion.
Yeah.
And everyone who at the end of like the season who had these pieces of the medallion would fight in a match, and then you would get everyone else's pieces, and then you would assemble the Dragon Ball.
And then you would get your money in the bit, which is the gift of the gods.
Yes, and that's so fucking cool.
It knew what it was, and it stayed in its own lane. It had a small enough venue where the big moments felt, because you were like,
Yeah.
these dudes were diving into people. It wasn't like yeah, WWE kind of might do that, but it had the safety of a high level professional wrestling event.
Yeah.
With kind of the chuddiness of the indies.
Yeah. And the crowds were always so into it.
Yeah.
And I get, okay, so I know Lucha Underground, it was like so like they would always be like cheer, like, you know what I mean? Like people were more, because it was like it
sure,
was more
yeah,
like
you
a
want to be on
studio audience.
TV, like yeah.
But it was still fucking like, it still had a good energy to it.
Mm-hmm.
People cheered a lot. I know sometimes they would reshoot things if somebody fucked up. I don't care.
No, it's still cool.
It's still cool. I really don't care, because the matches you got two to three matches per episode,
4 if we were lucky,
and they were all high quality bangers consistently. And even if they were the most chuddy people, you got good.
Mm-hmm.
You got good matches. They were all fun characters. Big Rick losing his eye, like it was just It was so
It knew
good.
what it was. It was a telenovela for wrestling fans.
I will never get tired about talking about Lucha Underground. It is the greatest travesty. It's still not on.
No, Chris Van Vliet talked about it and said it feels like the girlfriend that got away.
It really does.
Because he's like, oh, you think back, go fuck, we had some good times.
Oh yeah.
And you want to get those times back.
And you can't.
And you're just annoying your friends by continuously talking about that ex-girlfriend that got away.
But but you're like,
but no, you guys don't understand. You don't understand. You weren't there.
And it was like it's the little stuff, like the little vignettes of like Vampiro talking to himself in the mirror, or how he's like at the mental institution and Matt Striker shows up. He's like, I'm gonna go drive you back to
our boss wants us back at work. Your vacation over. But they also did things like they did intergender wrestling.
Yeah, correctly.
Correctly.
The only time
only time we've ever seen intergender wrestling where we don't go, oh, this is crimes.
Yeah. I think one of my favorite details is Dario Cueto never actually watched any of those matches because he was constantly in his office with the blinds closed.
Like Artemis Fowl just scheming away.
Yeah, he always had just like, oh, he had a cannibal. He was just feeding people to it, and you're like, what do we eat? They trapped the what's her face, Jade or whatever her name was, in a cage, and he's like, no, look, I'm gonna feed this man to my brother.
Yeah. But I think the big thing for AEW is that they struck, but they didn't, because they came at a time when WWE was weak,
very weak,
and they didn't kill it. They didn't kill the Giant.
No,
they didn't kill Tom Brady in the 4th.
And what's crazy is they had the names to do it. They had Cody Rhodes, they had CM Punk, they had Daniel Bryan. And theoretically, with those three guys, you can put on, and they had Jon Moxley. They had,
Jon Moxley, Malachi Black. You had,
I think a big thing is WWE can take guys and make them feel important. I feel like AEW had a talent of taking big guys and making them feel less.
Yeah,
like they got from Japan. They got Okada.
The Rainmaker,
and literally he's Japanese John Cena. And you watch me go, okay, and it's like they let people like
write their own stories,
and they let people they don't force them to practice. And they let them get out of shape. And I'm not saying you need to be like fucking jacked and doing steroids, but my God, look at Chris Jericho. And you're gonna tell me this man's a professional athlete?
Not Fozzy.
And it's like the difference between look at CM Punk at AEW and look at him in WWE. It looks like CM Punk is 10 years younger now than when he showed up at AEW. Because it's like, oh, here I am.
I know my girlfriend was like, oh, he looks like somebody's fun uncle. And I'm like, the life has been put back into him from the seashell that took Ariel's voice. AEW just feels like somebody's just start digging through their old toys and go, oh, what if these characters fought?
It really does. For a lot. And like it was kind of fun when Cody was there because Cody existed in his own universe. And
the
he
10
was just,
lashings of
oh,
Cody
the Ted
Rhodes.
I don't know if you watched that. If anyone's ever seen the passion of Cody Rhodes. And every time, so he's getting hit with a belt, which like I get it, it hurts. But he gets hit with a belt, and then he's just like on every single time he's on the ground, like writhing in pain. And then a new person would come out like from his corner, and they'd be like, "No, Cody, give up. Don't let this. You can stop this." And he'd be like,
No, God, they
"No."
don't know what they do.
And then like people keep coming out and they're like all holding him as he's like getting hit. You're like, what are we doing? Is like his wife's out there just like, please, Cody. And then his brother came out and it's like, okay, he's getting hit with a belt. Like I know that sucks, but like
Yeah, no, it's getting a little, it's a little jump in the shark, and I think, I think that they're taking a lot of dudes from WWE and trying to like, hey, like make us WWE like, but
yeah.
don't make us Bud Light, make us Budweiser, and you're like,
Yeah.
what's the kind of the it's still the same shitty beer, just
It's I think Peak is taking Edge and naming him Cope.
that was a toughie.
Because
Adam
like
Copeland is a decent like
Adam Copeland's fine. You call him.
yeah.
When I literally saw the card where it said Cope, I thought it was a meme, like they were making fun of AEW because it's like, oh, Cope and Steve, you know what I mean? And then I saw that they actually did that. I said no, because Copeland's cool. Like yeah, like we all know
He's
he's
Copeland.
Edge. We all know it's trademarked. But like
Yeah. The Christian Cage, right?
yeah, you just
And they have the names. They like Swerve Strickland, who is Killshot on Lucha Underground.
yeah.
They have Prince Puma,
Prince Fu. Oh, they do.
Ricochet. They had Phoenix and Pentagon Jr., who
And they stuck him. They did the ultimate like luchador sin of let's just put them in a tag team and have them just like fight dudes like together.
do good lucha things. They're gonna fight the
Exactly.
Young Bucks because the Young Bucks keep writing themselves into shit.
And you know what? I understand. Like the Young Bucks are more people. Oh, we're gonna catch the heat for this. I understand the Young Bucks do a fun like wrestling. I look at them and they just do not look like athletes.
No,
And like
there's one match that they did with Phoenix and Pentagon, and I think it was Phoenix, Pentagon, and Command. It was either
yeah.
No, it was either Commander or Bandito. And it was an indie match. Fantastic.
Oh, I'm sure. Yeah,
Loved
no,
it.
they can put on a fantastic match. They really
Banger.
can.
Then you like see them now, and it's like they always win. They always it's like come on.
Yeah.
Know what
No,
we're doing.
and they can put on fantastic matches. You just kind of look at them and you go, "Oh, it's not." I think it's like anyone else. Like, oh, you haven't worked out in a little bit. You're kind of
getting a little. They and I hate to say this as a Raider fan, they feel like when you get like the X when like they feel like we're the Raiders, right? Randy Moss signs and then comes to us and goes,
yeah. Oh, is that Warren Sapp? Yeah, it's like
yeah. Yeah. Oh no, we got that one safety that had 10 picks and we paid him $50 million, and then he doesn't know left from right.
Yeah, we're not getting prime Charles Woodson Raiders. We're getting like old after Green Bay Charles Woodson.
Yeah. So I want AEW to do well.
Yeah.
Because it makes WWE have to be better.
Yes.
Because there was a moment, right? I mean, this is right after I think right before I got into it, but there had to have been a moment where you as a were like, is AEW gonna win this?
There was.
Did that thought ever occur to you as a fan, or were you?
To be honest,
or were you just like WWE is an institution? It's never.
Yeah, it was like I kind of seen the song and the dance before.
Oh, like ECW,
and then like TNA, and there was kind of a my first initial thought was like, I think this will do well for a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
It was pretty much exactly what I thought would happen. It's you know how every year people complain about the NFL,
yeah,
but the NFL just
what are you gonna do? Watch something else?
Yeah, and you know what I mean. Like everyone's like, "Oh, this sucks. We're gonna stop watching." But every year, like viewership kind of goes up a little bit.
Yeah,
and that's kind of WWE. They were in a rough period, and ratings were kind of going down. But I mean, we're kind of in a WWE renaissance right now. And oddly enough, it was kind of right when you really started like getting into it. Like it was almost like that Mountain Dew Lightning match was kind of ironically the death of like kind of like the
Old
old
WWE, yeah.
yeah, and we saw the Renaissance. And I think AEW did spark that. I never thought they would displace WWE.
Uh-huh.
And I think the reason being is so I've grown up watching wrestling with my dad. And when AEW came out, there was a pay-per-view they were doing. And I really wanted to watch it because I love Kenny Omega. And
Yeah, Kenny's
unfortunately,
great.
yeah, and unfortunately, the Kenny who's in AEW is not the Kenny of Japan. It's not the same guy.
Diverticulitis is a bitch, dude. It took out Brock Lesnar.
Yeah, so it's not like I get it. But I was stoked because I was like, oh, Kenny's an American company. So I pay for the pay-per-view. And we watch this thing.
Oh no.
And my dad is a casual wrestling fan. Like I'm much more into it. My dad just likes wrestling. Yeah.
Alexa Bliss,
right? Oh, Sasha Banks. My dad loves Sasha Banks. But we're watching it. I remember there's the Cracker Barrel clash.
Oh no, that sounds.
It was a match that was like themed by Cracker Barrel.
Okay.
And literally there were Cracker Barrels. And I remember Darby Allin like going through a Cracker Barrel.
Yeah.
And my dad was just kind of like, this is dumb. I'm like, yeah, it is a little bit. So I watched the whole thing. I just like the matches are great. And the whole time you're like, no, I hear this is supposed to be really good. Yeah. And then no match was hitting. And then finally we got to like the Kenny Omega match. I'm like, no, like you don't understand. This is
it.
This is it. This is going to be the greatest thing you've ever seen. And it was okay. And I went, fuck. And I think that kind of soured my
grapes a little bit.
That soured my grapes a little bit. I think too because I was selling it so hard because I was like, no, Dad.
Oh, that's the worst fucking feeling when you sell it to somebody and it comes out as an ass product and you're like, fuck, dude. I know. I promise.
I know. And I think it was ass too because that was when WWE started doing their pay-per-views on Peacock.
Oh, yeah.
So I was paying $4 and I was getting
a $60.
If I watch one pay-per-view, I get my full month back, right?
Yeah.
AEW still sells their pay-per-views in the olden way for like $50 a pop. I'm just not gonna do that. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like it that's a much harder business model when you're a competitor. Even Netflix, right? Or because it's still on Peacock, but like I don't watch anything else on Peacock, but I'm okay paying $5 because if I watch one or two pay-per-views, I've made back my money.
Yeah, made back your money twice.
Yeah, exactly. So it's that. So it's hard to get excited because the one I paid for was mid, so it's like
yeah, what if you get bid again? Because $50 is a video game. It's gas.
It's gas. That's a lot. But AEW is actually coming to the stadium where I live, so I'm thinking about probably picking up some cheap tickets. And
oh, are they coming to the Save Mart?
Yeah, they are. So they're coming to Save Mart. So I'm not sure. I'm not sure on the dates, but I might pick up some because I bet they're going to be like dirt cheap.
10,
so,
$15.
Yeah, $10-15 to go see it. So I'm like, I could drive my girlfriend.
I kind of want to go. Fuck. Okay,
but I'll just see it. We'll look up the dates.
Yeah.
But, and we could do a live reaction for the podcast. But yeah, that was our AEW tangent.
Yeah, the show that we do try to care. We do. I really do want, like I said, them to do well. The more successful businesses there are, it's like nature. Nature, more competition. Like the more people have to fight to survive. It increases.
It'll make WWE better in the long run. So
yeah, it makes them have to pay their wrestlers more, right? Like because Tony Khan can just throw money at them.
Yeah,
yeah. Like of course, like from a legacy perspective, you want to go to WWE, but from do I want to make sure I can eat for the next 12 months? AEW,
yeah. Just make a shit ton of money and sit there. I mean, I don't blame anybody for taking that.
Actually, we watched CM Punk's for like when he was doing all those rounds after the Jungle Boy stuff.
Yeah.
And he was talking about that. He's like, some people want to wrestle once a week and then be out for 4 weeks. And he's like, that's not me personally. But I'm like, me having to go to a 9 to 5, I was like,
I don't know. I get it.
No, it seemed fun. Yeah.
I just think Punk getting really mad that they wanted to go through real glass is just very funny to me. Because he's like, no, you're stupid.
I get it from the sense of like, because he's like, I want to fuck up a rental car.
Yeah.
And he's like, they're never gonna rent to us again.
No, it is like, no, why would you do that?
Yeah, no, that's an awful idea. Like,
Yeah.
go buy a like a scrapyard card, like they did on those like this chud wrestling we watched, and just go through it like in a junkyard. Fuck
Yeah,
it.
just do that. Yeah.
But AEW, but they have all of the Lucha Underground guys, so it's like fuck.
They do. Oh, they had all the boys, but I feel like slowly everyone's going back to WWE. They just released Rusev.
They did. Rusev, Malachi Black, and Mirko.
Yeah,
Is it Mirko?
I think so. Yeah, I could see Rusev going back to that. Also, in wrestling news, Charlotte and Andrade are no longer together. They are divorced.
Did you know that she is 2 championships behind her dad and 1 more divorce, but from matching her dad's total of divorces.
Oh, she's got to pump it up.
Yep. So everybody's saying, "Oh, who's gonna be the next
domino to fall?"
Yeah,
it's gonna be the next poor man.
You know, I like Andrade.
Yeah, I like Andrade too.
I'm sure. I feel like the Flairs are a difficult family to be around. I imagine.
I imagine
respectfully.
Rick is probably a weird dude to be around. Yeah,
he's like that dad that like made the playoffs in high school one year and just, oh, you play sports?
Fuck. Okay. Well,
yeah.
Tell me about it.
Yeah, no. Here's when me in 1955 when the best player became a plumber. That was our ceiling. And you're like, all right, sir, whatever you want.
Rick is probably telling you a bunch of stories. You're like, I think this is harassment. I don't think I can.
It's just him wooing at you, all leathery and
just all gross.
Oh, poor Rick, the old man. But makes you appreciate like Ray.
Yeah,
because Ray is 50.
Still good. Still
yeah.
Just a little slower, but he still hits everything. Everything still looks nice and crisp.
Yeah.
Everything looks clean. He's just not as quick as he used to be, but fuck yeah, he's still good.
Yep. Speaking of which, that'll segue us into our wrestling or WWE segment of the night. We're gonna review, or I'll review with Zach the last 3, so 2 Raws because we're recording this Monday night. February 10th, so we'll be getting that result as well as Smackdown's results and kind of do our predictions from there. So last week, February 3rd, we had Pentagon wrestling Ludwig Kaiser.
Oh hell yeah.
That came from Kaiser throwing Pentagon threw Kaiser out for the fastest Royal Rumble elimination, or second fastest. So that led to this grudge match. It was actually not bad. The classic Pentagon setup, sacrifice, break his arm. I love that move. That move looks like it
is great. Yeah.
Hit him with the panda driver, and then Butch came out, or I'm sorry, Peter Dunne.
It's Butch.
Says, and they kind of made it seem like they might like ally, which this week they confirmed they won't be allying. To take out Pentagon. That was a fun little bit. Ludwig is not one of my girlfriend's favorite wrestlers.
She doesn't like the boy Kaiser?
He comes out and she goes, I fucking hate that guy. But she loves Gunther, so
everyone loves Gunther. And Vinci got let go.
He did get let go. Well, we'll talk. I think we'll do an episode. We'll do Raw, this last week's Raw.
Yeah.
We'll talk about the releases, and then we'll do Smackdown, and then we'll finish off with Raw.
Sounds good.
To do that. Last week we had the tag team match of Kofi Kingston and the New Day versus the Dragon Lee and Rey Mysterio.
Yeah.
New Day won.
Yeah.
They're fine. They have
evil New Day.
Evil New Day. I like it. I like that they're like so blind to why everybody hates them that they're like, no, we're the good guys.
That is fun.
They're pretty good. Nothing really moved the needle, like the story forward for them.
No.
Liv Morgan wrestled Io Sky for an Elimination Chamber qualifying match. Very good match, actually. Liv has gone infinitely better as a wrestler.
Yes, she has.
I remember the first time, I think the first or second time we watched her, and I think our friend Chris was like, I love Liv, and you went, what?
No, because at the time, it was not.
It was not a good match that she was in when he said that. And no, she's gotten a lot better. Liv won that with classic cheating.
Yes.
Raquel punched her and then hit her with a 1-2. No, actually, that was not it. She did not cheat. Rhea Ripley came out to help Io Sky and hit Liv, DQing Io.
That makes sense.
And that kind of set up like a little rivalry. So this current week's Raw, Rhea came out and said, "Hey, as like a sorry, and after Elimination Chamber, we'll wrestle for the title."
I like that.
It's like, "Hey, my bad.
Sorry about that, big dog."
Sorry, I know you wanted to be in the Elimination Chamber, but I guess not." And then probably the most story moving match, which was CM Punk go against Sami Zayn for Elimination Chamber as well.
Which I heard was a very good match.
It was a fantastic. Sammy, when you watch two guys who just kind of know, right?
Yeah.
Like, love hate CM Punk, right? How he's handled everything. When you watch him get into the ring, you can tell that he at least knows what's gonna happen, right?
Yeah.
This is what we're gonna do. I'm gonna sell it. You're gonna sell. Like it's very professional.
Yeah.
Hit Sammy with the GTS, which led to the big end, which had Kevin coming out and hitting Sammy with a pocket buster, muscle buster.
Yeah, that like muscle buster that he does, which is pretty gnarly.
Yeah, and killed Sammy.
Yeah.
And Sammy is now out for an extended period of time. It's like nerve damage is what they said.
Something whenever they do like a worked injury, like a fake injury, it's always something horrific. It's always awful. Like, oh, he can't feel his toes.
He can't feel his neck.
Also, CM Punk really hasn't been a heel a whole lot, but he was acting pretty heelish during that match, wasn't he?
A little bit, yeah. No, yeah. You could tell. It felt more like how the thing that has loomed over CM Punk is he's never had his WrestleMania event, right? So I think it's him being like, I'm tired of these people standing in my way.
Yeah, which is fun, which is cool
to get what I want, and he's finally doing that. I forgot to mention to open the show. Jay came out, did his yeet stuff, and I had a revelation here, and I've been on TikTok. Everybody, it's crazy how Jay has created this like 50-50, like it's almost like the Chiefs. Either you hate them or you love them.
Yeah.
And I just want Jay to cut a good promo and then I can believe.
Yeah.
Because the past 2 weeks, it's been him he comes out, he does his like, gonna hit you, and then he goes, yeet, gonna do it, yeet. And that's fine.
Yeah.
But after a while, you've lost to Gunther twice.
Mm-hmm.
You can't just like, I get it, it's fun. We all love.
Yeah, we all love saying yeet.
It's fun. It is fun to do. But when are we gonna give me something like? That's why I will always, whenever Sammy comes out, I immediately go, I don't know what Sammy. It doesn't matter if he's he's gonna be the underdog.
Yeah,
but Sammy has always made me believe, and I haven't gotten that from Jay. And then I've seen like him cutting promos on Roman when Roman was during the pandemic, and I was like, where's this?
Yeah, he can do it. He just hasn't yet.
And I want that as soon as he does, I won't complain about him and Gunther. I don't like.
No.
But like it's hard to it's a lot like Aaron Rodgers, right? Mm-hmm. You were great 50, quote unquote 15 years ago. We'll say what, 8, whatever.
Yeah,
5,
probably like 6, probably
5 years ago. We'll say you were top of the world as a tag team title. I get it, but you haven't won anything now.
Yeah.
And we're having these conversations like, yes, the Yeet's fun. Yes, he had like it is great. Everybody's into it. It's cool. But I need to win something so I can you can be eating. You know what I mean?
Or at least cut such an impassioned promo that we want to see you fight Gunther for the 3rd time. You know what I mean? Like, or make us really root for you. Like, yeah.
Because it started off and he was like, man, and he started to like get emotional, and I was like,
here we go.
I was like, cut the promo, do it. This is it. And then I think I texted him like, I believe, and then literally I sent that text, and he did his like, gonna hit you, yeet. And I went, fuck. Damn it.
Just don't say you don't need the catchphrases right now.
No, just like because he was like breathing it because everybody's like clapping, you deserve it. Like,
yeah,
like feed off of that. And like I know, like I said, I know that everybody wants to yeet. I get it. I get it. Even Eddie had a cut, you know, the promo that changed his life.
Yeah.
This is it. Cut that promo. I don't care anymore. After that, do the thing. That's my take about Jay.
Everyone who's like made it right has cut like a promo.
Yeah.
Where you're like, okay, yeah. There it is. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Because you like John Cena, The Rock, Macho Man, like they all had that like promo where you're like, okay,
this guy's legit.
Yeah,
we're in it. And yeah, I need Jay to do that. And I've you know when you go on the internet and you find like an article and you go, yes, yeah. So Bleacher Report released an article saying Jay's not ready yet because he hasn't cut the promo. And I'm like, okay, I'm not the only one who thinks that. That makes me feel better.
He needs to cut it, and there's still time.
There is still time, but I want it to be because Gunther's come out and he's doing all the right like evil Karate Kid villain things.
Yeah.
Why am I going to waste my legacy on you, Jay? Why you're a clown? You embarrass yourself every time you're out here yeeting.
Yeah, no, he's literally giving him the softball pitch, right? Like it's so easy.
And Jay just needs to like give us the Rocky moment, and then I'm happy with Jay winning.
Yeah,
right,
exactly,
winning it all. But yeah, I want to believe.
We all want to believe.
We all want to believe. We needed somebody to fight for. So that was kind of where we were at with that. Mm-hmm. Really, like, kind of minimal storytelling. The Sammy dying pretty much was the biggest one, which then leads us into Smackdown. And we're not going to go in order, but Kevin's promo that he cut. See, I want that.
Kevin has always been good at promos, and that promo was excellent.
Yes, like a madman.
Oh, it was like a madman, but you kind of see his like thorough line of like his view of what it is, and like oh, this is good. Oh, he's gonna kill Sam.
Yeah, no, 100%. At this point, Jay hadn't committed yet, so the show opened with him talking to Cody and going like, "Hey, dude,
hey, pal.
Hey, bud, what if I challenged you?" And Cody hit him with the like, "I'm going home with this.
Yeah,
friends or not, you will be in my way."
Oh, you hit him with the "Are you my friend?"
I'm out of friends. I didn't think at that point. I didn't think everything points to Gunther, right? Yeah. There's no magical stuff.
No.
It then led to Jacob Fatu and Tama Tonga coming out and going like Bulk and Skull, just like yelling at the Power Rangers.
Oh, it's Tokar and Razor.
Pretty much. Jacob Fatu is coming into his own right as
he's pretty cool.
He had a promo, I don't know if it was this week or like 2 weeks ago, against Damian Priest. And I don't know if you've seen it, but he says you may have braids, but don't get it twisted with me.
Oh, it's pretty good.
I went on Twitter and everyone went, fuck, that was kind of good.
That was kind of good. He really does pull off that like that Samoan werewolf thing, and you look at him and you're like, oh, he is kind of scary.
You know, this is a man who looks like he isn't allowed in other countries. He did that. That led us to Piper and Bianca having an elimination match. As you can imagine, Bianca won, hit her with the KOD.
I was gonna say that's the most obvious outcome I think I've ever.
This okay, hit her with the KOD. I like Piper. I really
like Piper
do.
Too. I like Piper too.
But they've wrestled apparently like 3 or 4 times already against each other. Yeah. Which I'm fine with. I like Piper. I think it's a testament to Chelsea too of like elevating Piper to be kind of like, oh, like let's see how she does.
Yeah.
And I think she's also gotten better.
Yes.
much like Liv. We had the boys, Pretty Deadly
Oh, Pretty Deadly.
versus DIY with Pretty Deadly as the faces.
I think the Pretty Deadly promo that they cut when one of them was hurt, but it was his arm and he was in the wheelchair, is I think that was one of my all-time favorite promos was them like training and he's like teaching him how to walk again when his arm was hurt. They're so funny.
They
It's
are
such a good gimmick.
the little spirit fingers. And so their whole gimmick, their whole thing now they go, "Yes, boy." That's what they say. And I think if they can get big enough where that becomes a thing, that would be a fun. I would yeet to that.
I would say yes, boy.
Yes, boy. Pretty Deadly won actually. It wasn't for the title itself, but I guess we could talk.
I love those goobers.
I guess we could talk about the state of how do we save the tag team in SmackDown? It's Pretty Deadly needs to train for the leg with their broken arm.
It's tag teams are hard.
Yeah.
Tag teams are hard because it's hard to find an even tag team where both guys are like you want them to stay together because eventually what has always happened like in a tag team, there's always one guy who's a little bit like they split and then they like I feel like when a tag team is real good, they always end up splitting to do a singles thing. So you almost always wait for it. It's or you just have like the forever tag teams, right? Or you have like the forever New Day. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like so it's because I feel like tag teams are more gimmicky. So you have like the Viking Raiders.
The War Raiders now.
I'm sorry, the War Raiders. We're not going to call the Vikings anymore.
The rebrand has worked for them though.
Oh, has it?
Yeah, they feel a lot less like weirdly gimmicky, and they've actually had some very good matches against like decent Raw tag teams.
So not the fact they were like thought out Vikings, and for some reason we're like WWE.
No, they're like motorcycle club guys. So they come on these big leather vests.
Is the Wyatt Six still around? Are they still?
Yes, actually. Apparently they got moved to SmackDown.
Okay. I think that's a good call, actually.
I think so too. But they just released that Bo Dallas got hurt.
Oh, not Uncle Howdy.
Uncle Howdy. So he was out because I was thinking about that too when David was talking about it, and I was like, "What are they?"
You know, what's funny about this? So Bo Dallas was like his original thing is he was like this evil inspirational speaker. So he was like believe because his thing was believe.
Oh yeah.
He's like, you gotta believe, and that was back in the day.
And then he went, "What if I become an evil Uncle Howdy man?"
Uncle Howdy, and everyone's like, "What is it, Uncle Howdy?" I'm still not entirely sure what Uncle Howdy is, but
no, is he supposed to be like a mythical like being? He's like the devil.
I think so.
But I thought
somebody at LA Night on the phone because he's been down to LA to Uncle Howdy's hell and seen
what it was, huh?
but I don't know what you do for the tag teams.
Because Raw feels a little more live with their tag team.
Yeah.
Like they said, they have the War Raiders, and they have a good chant. They before their finisher, the Ivar, I think it's Ivar. He'll like throw up and he'll go war, and then the whole crowd does it. That's like I was like, that's fun. I like that.
That's fun. You gotta get something the crowd's gonna do.
Yeah.
I think Pretty Deadly is just fun. I feel like they should win it just because that would make me happy.
Pretty Deadly Street Profits would be good.
Yeah.
I'm a believer. I believe in Angelo Dawkins. I know you don't. I
like Angelo Dawkins. I really like Angelo Dawkins. I just think Montez Ford is he's an excellent wrestler.
He's a star.
And I feel like he could be the dude.
Yeah, no, I agree. I think so. I think he can give a really great run to some well, everybody, how would you try to save SmackDown's tag team life? Because it feels like Raw right now is a little more dominant and has a better set, like a better stable of tag teams. Because you have the Judgment Day, You have War Raiders. You have American Made.
The New Day,
You
right?
have New Day, LWO. Like,
That's strong. That is strong. That's a strong roster of tag
yeah.
teams.
And I couldn't name Pretty Deadly Street Profits, DIY, Motor City Machine Guns.
Yeah.
Which on paper, those are good names.
It's all about how they're being used. It's
No, I don't know what they're doing in SmackDown though.
yeah.
After that, we have Jimmy, Big Jim, as he's now calling himself, LA Knight and Drew McIntyre in a triple elimination for
That's good.
Elimination Chamber, and that led to McIntyre winning.
I love McIntyre.
Yeah, he took out Knight with the Claymore, and then hit a BFT on Jimmy. And so it was cool.
Yeah.
That's another one you're never gonna not be disappointed.
It's just gonna be a solid match.
Yeah.
I mean, I really like McIntyre's like promos and just like this character he's built for himself is very fun. This just angry Scottish man who just has
evil hiccup.
And he just has hate in his heart, dude. He's a generational hater.
Everybody's ruining my life except me. And somebody has to stop them. I guess I have to do it.
It's so good. I love it.
We then had Carmelo Hayes versus Akira Tozawa because Tozawa wanted revenge.
Yeah.
For being bopped out of the Royal Rumble. Poor Tozawa, I think he's gonna be stuck. I think he's stuck as a LOL
for as long as I can remember. Poor Tozawa has been an LOL.
Yeah, he's been like an R-truther.
Yeah.
Apparently it was a good match. I didn't get to see it because I was at work. But Hayes won. And then right after that, we get the Kevin Owens promo of him in his car.
Very good.
Like a madman, writing his manifesto.
Oh, just in there crying. Just, no, I'll make you pay.
I think it's going to be a good angle. I think finally they're going to pay off on like the years of just them knowing each other. And you have two guys who are going to cut just fantastic promos about it.
Oh, that's good. I feel like the ring work that they'll tell in that story, like, it's going to be very emotional because you're going to have Sammy just like acting like he's dying.
Yeah.
You could have Kevin kind of having like a second thought. You know what I mean? Like, oh, should I do this? Like, I feel like there's just so much good shit you can do.
Because you can go back and if you imagine if you're a WWE fan, you hopefully know the history between Kevin and Sammy, but you're gonna or what is it? The Oh My God videos we watch?
Yeah. Oh, they're all through them.
That's and there's El Generico, Kevin Steen, like they have from the dungeons
fought each other
and made it to WrestleMania,
which is
having probably American dream.
My favorite WrestleMania moments of all time was the double kick out. So.
Oh, maybe believe. It was like when Luke hit the hole for the Death Star. And you went, oh, magic is real.
Oh shit.
He believes, I believe too.
I think really because at that time we really legitimately thought the match was over.
Yeah.
Like they really had us there.
They did. And that double kick out. I remember I felt like we looked like that Joe Rogan meme where it's them and they're like
we really did though. We were like, no.
Magic is real. Hope is real.
Because I think I literally said, oh, that's it.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, I think they hit like a double super kick, and we went, well,
fuck. Like, well, hopefully Cody wins, you know?
Yeah. And they did the double kick out.
That honestly made me not care about Cody losing.
Yeah. I went, wow.
Yeah.
Hope is good.
Hope is real good. Honestly, Cody losing paid off in the end because we got the Avengers coming out to save him the next year. So that was good.
Dude, my girlfriend talks about Undertaker coming out and taking the Rock's soul. Like, she's like, that was the funniest fucking thing. And I was like, yeah, we don't really know what happened to him. He just took his soul and left. Showed up. He took his soul and left.
All that was left was like his jacket or his sunglasses. Yeah.
the belt so that he beat. Yeah, the belt he beat Cody with.
Mama
Shout out to The Rock. Shout out to The Rock when he was whipping him in the rain.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, The Rock is out of control.
That was good because it was old Rock. You know, it was old evil Rock.
Yeah. Out there working as a minion for Vince.
Mama Rhodes.
After that match with Tozawa, which is Carmelo Hayes winning, we had another elimination chamber. We had Candice LeRae versus for your dad, Alexa Bliss.
Oh hell yeah.
Good match actually.
Yeah.
I watched it. I was impressed. I liked it because usually Alexa, because they're both really short.
Yeah.
So they tend to be, they're short end of the stick. So it was cool that they got to wrestle someone their own height. Like,
yeah, no, that is really cool.
Alexa Bliss won it. She hit the Sister Abigail DDT to win it. I am now getting into the Alexa Bliss universe.
Yeah.
Because I think she left right when I got into wrestling.
She did. She's been hurt and gone,
and pregnant. She had a baby.
And pregnant and gone. So it's been a long time.
So yeah, I've been seeing her stuff as the evil Harley Quinn to Bray Wyatt's thing. She's got some good promos against Charlotte.
Yeah, no, she has, and because when I first started watching it, her whole gimmick was that she was just the mean girl cheerleader. Because she was a cheerleader in real life. She's actually very inspirational. She was a cheerleader. She was in professional cheer. She got a really bad eating disorder, and she like overcame that. And then in order to help overcome that, she picked up wrestling. Was like as a way to like overcome that. So she's a very cool person. But her character in WWE originally was she was just this she was like a mean high school girl.
Yeah.
And she was just like, I'm prettier than you. I'm better than you. That was like all her promos. Like, I remember she wrestled like Nia Jax. She's like, you're just fat. Like, that was the whole promo. It was like, no, you're this big fatty. And what are you going to do? You're going to sit on me? That was like.
You fatty? And you're like, whoa.
Yeah, no, that was like all the promos. She's like, no, you're just. You're ugly.
You're ugly and stupid, and you're tacky, and I hate you.
Yeah, so she had like, she had like her minions, and so that was like her thing. And then eventually she became like evil with Bray Wyatt. She got like possessed by Sister Abigail or whatever it was.
Yeah,
and she's still kind of rolling with that type of storyline. So,
and I think her promos were weirdly timeless against Charlotte because you see the ones where she's like, Charlotte, like, what are you without this belt?
Yeah.
We know nothing about you. You're always in the title picture. You're always like, is it just you because you physically can't not be in it?
Yeah.
You don't understand what it would be like to not be in it.
Which is good.
That is a very good one. She has that one. And then there's that one where she talks about, where she makes like a Sister Abigail for Charlotte. Have you seen that one?
No.
Yeah, so she gives it one and she's like, I know. She's like, you're the queen. I'm the greatest. And she's like, but everybody needs a friend. And so she gives her like a Sister Abigail. She's like, even a cold, heartless bitch like you.
Oh, that's good.
And it's just Charlotte holding this like stupid doll. She's like, I hate you. So I think Alexa has a good, and I'm excited to finally because I missed that wave. So I'm excited to see her back in it and doing stuff, And
it doesn't look like she skipped a beat too. It looks like she's pretty good and not a lot of ring rust out there. It looks like she's solid.
Shout out to Candice LeRae. She's gotten this push and it's kind of worked for her. I know she's probably never going to be like we've talked about, like top 3, but she's much better than I think. I saw her wrestle once.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh my. Man,
that's not great.
Yeah. But no, good for her. Good for both of them. I'm glad they're back.
Oh, like the first time I saw Cora Jade wrestle, and I went, uh-oh.
Yeah.
I said, oh, Daniel, that's not good.
It's okay. She left and came back with two bigger personalities, and I think now she's much more popular. Her and Roxanne Perez were a tag team, and they were the mean Mexican girls that I knew in high school. And I went, I'm really okay with this.
Oh, you're like, where's the hot Cheetos?
Where's the hot Cheetos and where's the fruit cups? That was what the mean Mexican girls did in my school. They ate fruit cups.
Oh yeah.
After that, we had the big one, which is Jey Uso and Cody versus Jacob and Tama Tonga. It was a tag team. It was a Jey Cody tag team. Not a lot to write. They're good. Tama Tonga's good.
Yeah. Should be solid. It's a solid B match.
Yeah. Solid B match. And that was how that ended. It really wasn't that, but we right after this, we then discovered all the releases that are coming.
Mm-hmm.
They started cutting people like it was the end of times.
It always comes in waves. They always release a bunch of people in a big wave.
A few big names.
Yeah.
Sonya Deville, which is interesting because they had her in that was a Fusion Collective with
Yeah.
which they were good. They were good in the Rumble. I liked
Yeah.
them.
They were fun in the Rumble.
The Authors of Pain.
Yeah, AOB.
Cedric Alexander got cut, and then Blair Davenport got cut.
Yeah.
At that point, we then later found out. So Isla Dawn, who was a tag team partner for Alba Fire, she got cut. There was a couple others too.
Da Vinci or what is from
Giovanni
Imperium?
Vinci.
Giovanni Vinci.
Yeah, when they kicked him out, and then they just. I will say that about WWE. If they do not know what the hell to do with you, they will just
got you.
Yeah, or they'll just leave you. Like some of these names, I was like, oh yeah, they're still
What
here.
happened to you? Yeah.
And I think that's the downside to WWE is that at least I will say AEW will just throw two people out there and you go, oh yeah.
Oh yeah, I remember you.
But I think that's the WWE thing is they go, well, we don't know what to do with you. Like you have to have a thing, and if you don't have a thing,
then
I think you're just sitting on the couch waiting to be cut.
Although I heard with Vinci, I heard there was there's been a lot of backstage rumors about why. Because they kind of buried him. Like they actually buried him. Like they hyped him up to come back and then had him instantly lose.
Yeah.
And the rumor going around is that I forget who it was, but he hit on a coworker and made her feel really uncomfortable.
Oh no, not a wrestler.
Not a wrestler. So I think they gave him they literally buried him, took him off TV, and then released it, which is
pretty. That's as much of a.
That was the rumor I saw going around. So I mean, take that with a grain of salt because we'll never really no, but that was the rumor that was going around. So,
and then they cut your boys from the OC.
Oh,
the cool brothers, or whatever they were called, the
Luke Gallows and
Carl Anderson.
Which the Undertaker killed them in his match with AJ Styles, canonically, he killed them, and then they got cut after that. They always come back eventually because I feel like they kind of come with AJ, they're his minion battle pack DLC. Whenever he needs more minions, he just is like, no, where's Luke Gallows? Which is funny because they originally used to be CM Punk's minions in the Straight Edge Society, which
sounds very CM Punky.
Straight Edge Society
Society, baby.
Oh, that was when he had long hair and had his whole minion brigade. So,
and which is what the Shield was supposed to be. They're his minions.
Yes, they were supposed to be his minions. He also was part of the Nexus.
Oh, the one that John didn't want to wrestle, right?
Yeah, where he beat all of them in one night. That was the thing is they all had these armbands X on it.
Fuck yeah.
And then I think at one point he lost something and he had to join them and be their bitch or something. And there's this big thing we had to put on the Nexus armband and he was like, no, because he had his never give up armband.
Oh yeah, so he had it again. No.
That he literally beat all of the members of the Nexus, which was Wade Barrett.
Yeah, Wade Barrett.
Heath Slater, all kinds of shit. I remember when I first started watching the Nexus was a real problem. People were
actually they were a group on the uprise, huh?
Yeah, people were scared of the Nexus. And
then John went no, and then the Nexus never.
John was like, actually, never mind. I really don't want to do that.
No, he's like, I'm John Cena.
And that was when people were like, oh, it's the 5 moves of doom, which to be fair, him beating all of the members of the Nexus in one night was kind of fun.
Yeah, it puts John over, right? It makes him seem like a big superhero.
It buries all those dudes, man. They all look like such morons.
How did we stop those 5 moves?
You think at least the 5th guy would have been able to stop it?
What would have caught up? Would have made the point. What else? So that's that with SmackDown. NXT, I've been seeing some stuff. Roxanne is doing it this week. as of this recording, is this Saturday will be Vengeance Day.
Yeah.
The NXT event, which actually seems really interesting. It's going to be, they're going to have a triple threat match. It's going to be Julia, Roxanne Perez, and Bailey for the NXT title.
Oh, I like that.
Which,
actually, that's fun.
Yeah, which sounds good. The boy Obafemi is going to wrestle Grayson Waller and Austin Theory.
Oh, that'd be cool
for a triple match. I like that. They have created a group with Tatum Paxley, Gigi Dolan, and Shotzi. They're called Chemical X.
I like that. I like Chemical X. That's cool.
I've sent you their finisher, like when they
yeah.
They know what they're doing.
They know what they're doing.
I hope that they continue to win for us,
for all our sakes.
Oh, okay. So you brought up the Ludwig or the Giovanni Vinci thing.
Yeah.
People are saying that Vinci was hitting on Tiffany. Because if you think about it, they didn't just bury him. First he got kicked out of Imperium.
Yeah.
And then they buried him. So if anybody knows what happened, let us know. And we'll...
You obviously did something because they kind of dicked him, like just kind of beyond like taking him off TV. They like made him kind of like a joke, and then
he went off into the nether.
Yeah.
So we are now here on today's Raw, February 10th. Our matches were: we had Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. CM Punk came out. We had an elimination chamber of Rey Mysterio and Logan Paul. We had Bailey versus Lyra Valkyria for an elimination chamber qualifying match. We had the War Raiders versus American Made for the tag team titles. And then AJ returned. AJ officially is now on Raw.
Nice.
But of course, like last week, we went, how else are we going to start this party but with the good old Jey Uso kickoff? Jay came out. It was Jay.
Yeah.
He does. So now his signature thing is he goes onto the announcing table and Cole and Pat McAfee start eating. And he was mid-yeet. And my God, somebody came out of nowhere and took him out. Who was that man? It was Gunther.
Oh, hell yeah.
And he's like, I'm sick of you, Jay. You clown. Like, he's like yelling at him, like, you're a clown. And he's like beating him up. And so he does that. It's the classic, right? The beat up.
Yeah.
And they just keep bringing people out, and nobody's stopping him as he's power bombing Jay like 3 times in a row.
They're just all around him, like, no.
Yeah, just going, please stop. And Michael Cole's like, who's gonna stop this madman? And Gunther just keeps doing it, and nobody's stopping him.
I was like, oh,
how do we stop him? He's out of control. But Gunther had some good stuff. Like, so they're like, it's almost like that scene in what is it? Total Recall? Where he's like, "What? Tell me what the fuck I did?
Yeah.
What did I do? I don't even know." And so they're like pulling him away, and he's like, "Don't do it, Jay." He's like, "Don't pick me.
Don't make me do this to you again."
He's like, "Don't pick me, Jay. I swear to God."
Tell me what I did.
And it was funny because the cameras are really close, and so you can hear people going like, "I hate you, Gunther." Someone's going like, "You suck."
That's so funny.
And so the what made me laugh, I will say this about Jay and Jimmy: they know how to make things unintentionally funny. I don't know if it's intentional. So you hear him talk, and they cut to Jay, and he's like lying on his back, holding the mic, going, Gunther. He's like getting up from being murdered. He's like, I pick you. And so that's it. So they have officially confirmed that Gunther and Jay are going to be doing this for the 3rd time.
Doing the dance
at WrestleMania. And because if he doesn't win, hypothetically, he can't wrestle Gunther ever again.
No.
Right? That's it. You gotta call it.
I think you're done with main event programs at that point.
He has to. I know Jay's gonna win.
Yeah.
Right. He has to win.
He has to win.
But he has to make us believe. And I get it. the yeet thing, whatever. But I think he has to make us believe for us to be okay with it.
I believe. Yeah, I agree. But he has to win.
Yeah. If he loses, then nobody knows what Triple H is doing.
No.
After that, we had Damage Control versus Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez. That was actually a pretty good match. I was genuinely like, oh, okay. So like Raquel is the muscle. Like, remember what Mortal Kombat was it? Where they had the big monster dude and the little girl rode on her back.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Ferrator. That was it. Yeah. That's kind of like what Raquel, because like Raquel will pick up Liv and like swing her.
Yeah,
like a weapon to like hit people.
Fun. Yeah.
I don't know if it was intentional, but they did get Morgan with yeah. Io caught her with a stiff knee, right, shit. Like in the temple, and it busted her open.
So shit.
So Liv's and she's just bleeding from her face, and I was like, okay, Liv is really like earning her shit.
Yeah, I know she is.
She's taking some pretty stiff bumps. Io hit her with that. What's it called? It was not a rocket kick. The one they off the top rope. The one that Zoe Stark hit Dakota Kai with, and we thought it killed her.
Scissor kick? No.
It's the way it was when they jump off the turnbuckle and they like drop kick into you, but it's called something.
Oh, a missile drop kick.
Yeah, missile drop kick. Yeah, hit her with that. I was like, Liv takes her bumps.
She does, yeah. Oh, she throws her whole body into it too.
Yeah. They hit like this like 3D. That was kind of cool. So Raquel picked up Dakota Kai and then Liv jumped off the rope, hit her with Oblivion.
Yeah. Oh,
as Raquel goes down with it. So it's almost like a 3D / Oblivion move at the same time. That was kind of cool.
That was nifty.
Damage Control 1. Before that though, they did show Io Sky. She confronted Rhea and was like, "You cost me my WrestleMania match."
And
then Rhea's like, "Hey,
sorry, my bad, dog.
My bad, big dog." Yeah. After that, we had Lyra Valkyria versus Bayley for an Elimination Chamber qualifier. This one was good. I liked it. I think Bayley, it's like Chad Gable. You're just gonna get a high level person to carry you.
Yep.
And I think Lyra's still kind of figuring it out a little bit. She's very good. She's just
figuring it out.
Yeah, you can still see it's a little slow. Some movements you can tell they're trying to. No. You're going.
Yeah.
Bayley won because of course Bayley's going. Also, random thing about Bayley. Have you seen the Nia Jax thing where she's accusing Bayley of having a Brazilian butt lift?
Yes, I saw that. It was very funny.
And Bayley cut a promo about having a fat ass.
Fat ass. Somebody call my dad.
I do like, so they have Roxanne. They had Roxanne Perez sitting there, so they're really building up to this Saturday for NXT, which I like. I like Roxanne Perez. I think she's gonna be she's gonna be part of the new guard. This then led to AJ Styles, the phenomenal one, arrives with his phenomenal forearms. I think he's like 47, 48. He looks
really good.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
Red as shit. Don't know how he's so red, but he is. I don't know. So I know he was hurt.
Yeah.
I don't know. He was saying that it was potentially career ending.
I don't know if it was that bad, but he was definitely hurt for a long time.
Yeah. And there's nothing like being an older athlete and getting hurt and realizing, oh,
this might not be forever.
I can't. Yeah, I can't. Oh, okay. Oh no, he had the Darren McFadden.
Oh, did he?
He had the Liz Frank fracture.
Oh yeah, turf.
That's the one that killed McFadden. Like, because remember he had the turf toe forever, and then he got the Liz Frank, and then then we had 2010 McFadden, and that was it.
That was it.
So if anybody who doesn't know, that's when you break the middle bone in your foot. Like it's like right in it's not where the heel is at, and it's not where the toe. It's right in the middle, and that thing is impossible to heal. It's such a pain in the ass because it's such a weird spot. But AJ came back and he was like, "This might be it." But he's like, "I'm gonna live my life."
Hell yeah, AJ!
Phenomenally, he didn't say that, but And then my God, who came out to be mean to poor old AJ, but Dominic Mysterio and Carlito. And my girlfriend got to see Dominic in the heat zone.
Oh, they just booing the shit out of him.
He literally would like AJ would talk, and then Dom would raise it, and just like a switch turned on, just boo, like just boo, and then he would like. It was like that SpongeBob where he like sticks his hand out, and they like cheer, and then it brings it back. And I was like, no, you don't understand how much they hate Dom.
He could unite the country.
No, yeah, that would be the one thing we would all agree on. But so they do it. AJ hits him with for all your talk, you're just Rey Mysterio's punk kid.
Yeah.
He's like, but you know, it was cool. It wasn't like crazy. It didn't change the, but it set up a Dominic and AJ, and I remember I went, that's gonna be good.
Yeah, no, it will be good. That will be a good match.
He did have a really good line. He says, I know what you're capable of. I have the battle scars. So if we don't remember that in 2022, the Judgment Day tore his Achilles wrestling them.
Yeah.
So boy, AJ dog, I don't know, man.
AJ, we're getting old.
The Father Time is undefeated. They had after that they had Seth Rollins talk about Elimination Chamber and like, I have problems with CM Punk, and then Finn Balor shows up and is like, I hate you, Seth Rollins. And Seth is like, okay.
I don't really think about you, but
no. He's like, oh yeah, you're here. And next week, they are going to be having an elimination match.
Oh, that'll be really fun.
Yeah, which I think will be good.
That'll be very good.
After that, we had the War Raiders versus American Made. I'm glad the War Raiders are getting their due.
Yeah.
You could tell that they're very good. I think it's really funny too because they're very soft spoken when they talk, when they cut promos, but they just look like
these massive Viking men.
Yeah, massive Viking men. They hit us with the classic "This is awesome" chant. I remember that. So their finishing move is called the War Machine, which
that's a good one.
Pretty great. Yeah. So that's when Ivar, he goes, war. So he's like, war. And then everybody does it in the crowd. It was pretty great. They won off a DQ.
Nice.
They, if I remember correctly, they hit the what is it? The non-active person hit the active person.
Yeah. Hot tag.
Yeah, it was the hot tag, but he hit him, and then they like, and then that led to Rhea getting her telling EO, where you're gonna wrestle me. CM Punk came out, cut a promo. I'm tired of people getting in my way. I just want to go to WrestleMania.
WrestleMania, stop.
And then Logan Paul came out. It wasn't as nuclear heat as Dom, but it was pretty.
It was pretty similar.
It's pretty similar. And then he wrestled Ray, and of course, hit Ray with the bionic right hand, and tapped Ray out.
I feel like at one point you got to have Logan Paul and Dominic Mysterio do like the "you son of a bitch" handshake for Predator, just so that the like the entire like universe can boo them like
at once. I know they could because they're kind of hinting that there's fractures in the Judgment Day.
Yeah.
So Finn's like, I'm surrounded by idiots. Dom's just trying to fuck.
Yeah.
Carlito just speaks Spanish, and JD McDonough's out as when they wrestled the War Raiders.
Yeah.
Led to him he collapsed his lung.
Oh shit.
I don't know if you saw, so JD did a moonsault and they caught him, but he overshot it. So when they caught him back, and he slammed his upper back into the announcer's desk.
Oh, and he collapsed the lung.
So it fractured ribs, and he collapsed his lung.
Yeah, he's gonna be off TV for a long time.
But they've incorporated that into the story, so Finn's blaming them because JD is Finn's protege.
Yeah.
So Finn's blaming Dominic for it.
Oh yeah.
So it's building that. I don't know what Dom will do alone. Like,
no, just be a little shithead.
And just go around and change people.
I think it could be him trying to like get into another gang. So he's constantly probably trying to like weasel his way into another faction. That could be interesting.
That would be cool. I think that would be interesting. I think because he would have to, because he probably just going to go on like an Eddie Guerrero run,
Yeah, probably.
singles one, and then. But I like it. I like that everybody kind of knows that Dominic's a shit.
Yeah,
It's fun.
it's fun.
And then yeah, so CM Punk's cutting his promo. Logan Paul comes out, and Logan Paul is like, "Are you? I'm gonna face you in Elimination Chamber." And CM Punk like starts to laugh, and I don't know how. That's the beauty of CM Punk is I never know if it's real or not.
No, it is very.
Because he started laughing and he goes, "I totally forgot you were on the roster. I'm gonna be honest." He's like, "Oh yeah, you're here. I forgot. Oh shit."
That's actually really funny because that could be real.
Because he was it was like a genuine like, "Oh yeah, like you're here. I
You're here.
forgot
Like, I
about that."
forgot about you.
Um. Oh. Logan Paul has a move. It's called like impossible or some shit like that, and I hate that it's called that because I went, "Fuck, that's kind of clever." He also has a move called moonsault and battery.
Oh, that's kind of good.
Oh, I hate you, Logan Paul, you bitch.
Oh, I hate how good he is because he is actually very good.
Yeah, no, he's a very good.
Yeah,
Oh, it's called the Paul driver or something like that,
that's
and
fun.
it's like a brainbuster move. It looks like a kind of like a brainbuster.
Sure.
And that was that. So that's kind of what the field is right now. We have Logan, CM Punk. I'm trying to remember off the top who's eligible right now. We're gonna do that. Uh, Yeah, so we have four of them set up already. So we have Logan, John, Drew McIntyre, CM Punk,
That's good.
which I don't I don't know who wins that. Do you give it to John?
So you give it to Punk, and then John has to do some. Oh, maybe Cena wins, and then Punk has to call in his favor.
Oh, that's true. So because so the thing with Punk, right? Because he's never liked not being in it. So
Yeah,
does he want his? Has he always wanted to have? Because you don't get a main event match unless you're wrestling for a title, right?
yeah,
So he has to be wrestling for a title to get his main event match.
correct.
John drops no, because I would say Cody drops it to Cena. CM Punk calls in his Paul Heyman favor,
Oh, that could be.
but that's gonna get murky in the middle.
Yeah,
How
because
do you get? How does Cody drop it?
I don't know. I don't know what we do.
Yeah, see, that's what I can't. I can't see. You know what I mean? Like the Gunther thing is obvious. We're just
Yeah,
Gunther and Jay are off on their own. But I don't know how you get CM Punk because the logical thing would be you want CM Punk to wrestle. It's either going to be Seth. It's either going to be Seth, John, not McIntyre. It can't be McIntyre.
no, they've already finished that.
So it would be CM Punk John, or CM Punk Seth.
Yeah, I think it's. I don't know. I legitimately don't know, and I kind of like that.
Yeah, I do too. Hmm.
I don't know because usually it's kind of easy to tell who's gonna win Elimination Chamber,
Yeah,
but I think no. Like I'm genuinely curious.
yeah, me too. Because then you have because then the girls is just as curious because you have Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Bianca Belair, uh, and Bailey for
You
the
know,
women's.
you know what you could do is you could have Cena win Elimination Chamber,
Uh-huh.
and then Punk win Money in the Bank,
Oh,
and Punk says, "I'm gonna get my main event no matter what."
okay.
So he's like, it doesn't matter if it's night one or night two.
I'm getting it.
I'm gonna get my main event one way or another.
But who does he turns it in on Cody?
I would have Cena beat Cody, and
That
then
would be pretty crazy.
and then on Cena's big like,
CM
oh
Punk takes 17 away.
yeah,
and then runs away with it like Waluigi.
Yeah.
I've taken your gold.
Because that would be wild. Because you could have a couple things. Because you could have Cody go evil.
Yeah, Cody goes
Because
evil
what you
there.
could do is Cena beats Cody clean.
Okay.
CM Punk comes out to cash in.
Mm-hmm.
Cody interferes.
Oh.
Low blow Cena does something right before CM Punk cashes in. CM Punk cashes in,
Pins John.
pins John, wins the title. Cody has now solidified himself as evil
Yeah,
because he's attacked John. And then like John can like kind of confront Cody Rhodes later, right? And you kind of like build Cody Rhodes up as evil. And then you can pull CM Punk into that, right? Into this mix. And then you can do at Backlash, right? You could do Punk, Cena, Cody Rhodes.
That is true. You could do that because
in a three-way.
And that would work because CM well is money in is getting a money in the bank, is that considered dirty to get a dirty way to get the title?
Kind of.
Because CM Punk did tell Cody, he's like, I'm gonna take it from you, like I'm gonna betray you from the front.
Right. But if he does it to Cena, it's less
evil. But then you have this great shot of Cody watching CM Punk run away with his title.
His title. He's like, oh, you told me you were gonna take it fair and square. I do like that. I think
and everybody keeps fucking cheating me.
Cheating, yeah.
You said you said you were my friend and you were gonna do it clean.
Yeah.
Like you just said, yes.
So I think that gives you a lot of possibilities.
I think so. Do you have Seth and Roman?
Yes.
For
Seth
WrestleMania?
And Roman for WrestleMania. That doesn't have to be a title match. That can just be a grudge match. That has enough of a story and a history to where it doesn't need a belt to make it important.
Yeah. The question is, do you put the Cody match? That has to be night 2, right?
Yeah.
WrestleMania.
So yeah, no matter what, Cody will be night 2.
Yeah. Okay. So they're probably going to end night 1 with Jay and Gunther.
Jay beating Gunther. It gets that big feel good kind of a thing.
He gets and then himself, yeah.
And then night 2 will be like a big clusterfuck of shit.
Yeah, that's when you summon everybody, the Avengers.
Yeah.
Okay, I like that. I think that works in my head. And then you have the big question for the women's matches, which is going to be who will homegirl pick? Who will Charlotte pick? Yeah, I feel like it's gonna. Who do you think it's gonna be?
Probably Rhea.
I think so. I think because they put such a banger match on last time.
Yeah, because that kind of knocked Charlotte out for a long time too. Like,
yeah.
So I would say that's probably the match.
I do like that Charlotte has just done nothing but be a menace to people.
Yeah.
What if I picked you? What if I picked you?
You
went to NXT. What if I picked you? Okay, Charlotte, you're not gonna go for the NXT title.
No, but still, we can dream.
Just to be obnoxious. So who do you have winning Elimination Chamber for the women? So yeah, we have Alexa Bliss, Liv Morgan, Bianca, Bailey right now, and then the last 2 matches are Naomi versus Chelsea Green. Chelsea probably won't win that because she has a title already.
I'm gonna go with Alexa.
Is gonna just to give her because then you have Raquel Rodriguez versus Roxanne Perez.
Yeah. And I still think Alexa.
You're gonna take Alexa in it?
I'm gonna take Alexa.
And she takes Tiffy?
Yeah.
I think that would be a great match.
I think so too. I think that one's kind of easy peasy, right? Like I feel like that kind of writes itself.
Yeah. And then you just let Alexa and Tiffany just cut promos that are they're just gonna be high level promos.
Yeah.
Yeah. And either that puts Alexa back on or that puts Tiffany over.
Exactly.
It's a win-win either way.
It's a win-win.
and then you go from there.
Yeah.
Look at all the stuff David missed out on.
I know. We're out here booking it.
Well, I believe that's pretty much it. That's the bell for this match. I say thank you, Zach, for joining me. Thank you, everybody, for listening. If you agree or disagree with our thoughts about the Elimination Chamber, mostly Zach's thoughts, I just mediate. Please let us know. We've been posting stuff on TikTok. We've gotten some good responses. We're on YouTube as well. We'll be posting our videos there. And leave comments. Let us know what you think. What you're excited for. What are your Elimination Chamber predictions? What is your dream WrestleMania night gonna look like? Who do you believe, Zach, and that CM Punk will overthrow John, and John will overthrow Cody, and Cody will shake his fist and become evil? Because I think Cody has to go evil at WrestleMania.
Yeah, and going evil on John Cena is the ultimate
evil.
Yeah,
that would be some pretty good heat.
Yeah,
and then what you could do. Now that I know I'm doing this, the end, what you could do is have John Cena's last match be Cody.
Yeah.
Evil Cody. He beats John. Not for the title, but he just beats John.
Yeah.
And he just comes out. I sent John Cena's home on his last match.
Yeah.
On a loss.
That's pretty good.
And then we just boo him until time.
The end of time, yeah.
Until he dives in front of a bullet to save
and even then, I don't know.
Dives in front of a bullet to save like Randy or something. I don't know. But if you agree with all or disagree again, please let us know in our comment sections. We love to hear back from all of you guys, and we love that you guys are responding to us.
Yes.
We love wrestling, and it's great that we get to share this with everybody. Thank you, Zach.
Anytime.
Good night, everybody.
Good night, everybody.